Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Register for Dinner. I'm your host, Sebastian Register, and today we're doing my spin on a spicy chicken sandwich, so stay tuned. If you're like me, then you are a junkie for fried chicken sandwiches, especially spicy. So the first thing that we gotta do is we have to make the marinade, quote unquote marinade, for the chicken, which is gonna consist of buttermilk, and it's gonna be about a cup. That looks about right, maybe just a tad more. And then we gotta mix in some spices. So what I have here, I have a teaspoon of each, and it's gonna be paprika, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. Just pour that right into the buttermilk. Take a fork and whisk it all together. Set that aside. Oh, we just have just a little bit more garlic powder in there that didn't want to go in at first. What I have here is a beautiful breast of chicken. So I'm going to take that, grab a knife, just slice it in half. So now you have two pieces, and this will make two sandwiches. So obviously, depending on how many people you're serving, is how many chicken breasts you're going to need. Place that into your buttermilk bath. Make sure that it's all nice and well incorporated. And generally speaking, you want to let this marinate for up to 24 hours or at least a couple of hours. I'm making a video, so I'm just going to honestly use it pretty much right away. But I'm going to set that to the side. While your chicken is marinating in the buttermilk bath, it's time to move to the dredge, which is honestly, in my opinion, probably the most important part, because that's really going to develop that crunch and that crispy layer that you're looking for when frying chicken. So the key portions in this is I have a cup of all-purpose flour and then half a cup of cornstarch. And the cornstarch is the piece de resistance. That's really what's going to add that crispiness to the outside of your chicken. So, but just like the marinade, we're going to have to season this. So to the dredge, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of cayenne pepper, paprika, garlic powder, and onion powder, and then 1 teaspoon of salt and pepper. So take that and add it to my cornstarch flour mix. Make sure to get all the spices in there. And then you're just going to want to give this a good whisk to make sure all the spices, cornstarch, and flour are well mixed together. No clumps or anything like that. No clumps of spices, I mean. A little bit of secret to get those little crispy bits is to add just a little bit of your buttermilk mixture. Not a whole lot, just a couple spoonfuls, that's perfect. Into the flour. And again, just give it a good mix. And what those bits are going to do is they're going to latch onto that chicken, and then when they drop into the oil, they're going to get nice and crispy and crunchy. And it's all about texture here, folks. We've got the chicken marinating, we've got the dredge for the fried chicken, now it's time for that spicy mayonnaise. So I'm going to put, you know I love Duke's mayonnaise, about, I would say half a cup or so, into a little bowl. Now just a little bit more. Perfect. To that, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and then 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Add that into the pot. For a little bit of sweetness, I'm going to use a little bit of honey. I would honestly say about a teaspoon of honey. And then the part that's the curveball is I love truffles and I love hot sauce, so why not use some truff? And this is truffle hot sauce. This is the extra hot truffle hot sauce. I'm going to take about a teaspoon or so of that. That looks just about good. And I'm going to give it a good mix. My spicy mayonnaise is ready. I'm gonna let this sit and marinate for about 30 minutes. You can let it marinate overnight if you like. I mean, obviously the longer it sits, the better it's gonna taste. Sit that aside, and now it's time to move on to the chicken. Like I said, this typically you wanna let marinate for a couple hours to 24 hours, but I'm making a video, so I gotta do the stuff on the fly. So, next what we're gonna do is we're going to bread the chicken. All right, as you can see, it is nice and covered in that delicious buttermilk. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transfer it over to the dredge, cover it with flour, and the cornstarch mixture, and you're gonna really wanna press down on this. You're gonna try to get as much flour mixture into these nook and crannies as possible, because that's just gonna add to the crunch. It's gonna crunchify your chicken, if you will. Make sure that there's no seen batter left onto the chicken. Shake off any excess flour, and as you can see, you have these little clumps right there. That's what's gonna crisp up into the fryer and add just that beautiful texture when you bite into the sandwich. Place it on a plate, move on to your next chicken breast. Now that your chicken has been breaded, it's ready for the fryer. So to the right, I have a cast iron skillet filled with about 1 inch or so of canola oil, and I have it set to about 350 degrees, which is perfect for frying chicken. The temperature will drop, so it's crucial that you do not overcrowd your pan with chicken. I would recommend, honestly, at most 2 pieces of chicken per time. I'm gonna set it in and cook it for about 3 to 5 minutes on each side, or until the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're gonna lightly lay our chicken in away from you so that you don't burn yourself. Make sure, like I said, to not overcrowd the pan. And we're gonna let this deep fry for about 3 to 5 minutes per side, or until it's golden brown and ready to be turned. All right, so your chicken has been frying for about 6 minutes. Like I said, I did about 3.5 minutes on each side, and it's perfect golden brown and delicious. So I'm just gonna transfer this over to our drying rack to let some of the oil drain out. While your chicken is resting and degreasing a little bit, it's time to butter your brioche buns. So I have another pan here set on medium-high heat. I'm gonna place some butter and do 1 slice of bread at a time. Move it around to soak up all of that butter. And we're just gonna lightly toast each side of the buns. Perfect. All right, guys, the moment you've been waiting for, it's assembly time. So the first thing that we're gonna do is gonna take our lovely buttered brioche buns, and we're gonna sauce them up a little bit with our delicious spicy mayonnaise. So take a nice heaping glob of the spicy mayo, generously place it on the bottom half of your brioche bun. Layer it with some sweet pickle chips. Make sure you get them nice and stacked up. And then, guys, look at this chicken. Sit that nice on top. And of course, you can never have too much sauce, right? So we gotta sauce the top half. Look at that. Set it down. And now that is what I call a spicy chicken sandwich. This sandwich looks incredible, but I'm sure it tastes even better. Let's find out. Oh man, you can just hear that crunchiness. Now that is a really good sandwich. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Once again, my name is Sebastian Register, and this is Register for Dinner. If you enjoyed today's video and can't wait for us to cook something else up, make sure you smash that like button, comment below, and subscribe. But until next time, stay hungry, my friends.